What's going on, everybody? You see I'm all dressed up because today we're doing something really special, something I've never done before, and that's seeing a movie projected on actual film. Now, if you know, Oppenheimer's been out for a couple weeks now, but due to some unforeseen circumstances with different things going on in my own life, and I was not expecting all of the tickets to be sold out mainly. I mean, you could get really front row seats where you're being melted off by the fucking bomb that goes off in the movie. Or you wait until you get a little bit more to the center, which I had to wait almost 2.5 weeks to do so, but we're here now, and I am so damn excited, because I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan. I love his Dark Knight trilogy. Fucking Inception is so good, and I mean, I'm so excited just to see what he does with this one, because I've been hearing tons of good things. The cast is great. I mean, you have Cillian Murphy, Florence Pugh, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., I mean, just so many people, so I'm about to go in there and check it out in just a little bit. I got here actually super early, so you're gonna have to see me in a little while though, because this movie's gonna be 3 hours long and there's no trailers. Because it's on film, I have to be in there at the right time or else I'll miss part of the movie. But I'm really excited, and you can check out right after this to see what I thought about it. So I will see you after that movie. So, oh shit, I'm sorry about that explosion, but I just got an Oppenheimer and it felt like an explosion in that theater because it was so intense. I mean, if you can see it on IMAX, do it, because the sound design, holy shit, is it just encapsulating. I honestly felt like I could feel the floor vibrate and the walls vibrating, and it was so insane because when that explosion happens, you really feel like you're in it. And it's so crazy. If you sat really close, I sat in the very back row of IMAX in the film, by the way. I have a video of the film rolls I can throw up here right now. That was so cool to see and experience that, and it just felt like the widest screen possible, the biggest screen, and there's no visual effects. It's all in-camera stuff. They did all those explosions and stuff, and it is so insane. I can't wait to see the documentary behind-the-scenes stuff for this, because all of that just alone, so incredible. I want to see how they recorded some of these sounds to make them sound so crazy and so impactful, and the IMAX score is just insane. I mean, even the music too, the violins and everything, it's really emotional, and it really encapsulates just how J. Oppenheimer is probably feeling in a lot of these scenes, because I didn't know a whole lot about Oppenheimer going into this. I knew it was probably going to be about the bomb stuff, but this story is very much about J. Oppenheimer himself and all of the struggles he went through and kind of his rise to where he became the man of science and was going to be the guy who saved the world basically and ended the wars and everything. But then he basically became the guy who was responsible for creating nuclear warfare and everything, and he became enemy number one for a lot of people, and it was just so crazy to see that rise and fall. And I want to learn more about it because, like I said, Cillian Murphy, holy shit, as J. Oppenheimer, he put so much emotion into that and played this very complicated character, because while he was trying to do the right thing a lot of times, he definitely was not a perfect man. He had a lot of adultery issues, and he just was all over the place because he wanted that fame at the same time, but also just didn't want to be associated with such horrible things like the bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki and all that stuff. It's just so horrible to even think about all the stuff that he probably hurt so many lives that honestly had nothing to do with this war and everything. And a lot of that stuff is still talked about today with the Afghanistan war and things like that. So it's a lot of things that you can still relate to what's happening today, but also look back at history and decide that it wasn't always a great thing for people to create all these things in war and stuff like that. It's very much not a pro-war movie, I'll say that. So if you're going into that, you expect the J. Oppenheimer story and not as much about the bombing. It's very much about bombs still, and it's a 3-hour movie, and honestly, it didn't feel like 3 hours either. It kind of rolled through everything really quickly, and I think a lot of that is due to the writing as well as the cast in here. So many different cameos that keep rolling through, but the main cast is still amazing too. Like I said, Cillian Murphy's awesome. Emily Blunt playing his wife, fantastic. I mean, we even have people like Robert Downey Jr., who I think between Cillian Murphy's probably going to get the leading actor role at the Oscars, but supporting actor, Robert Downey Jr. might have it in the bag. I love Ryan Gosling for leading or supporting either way, but Robert Downey Jr. might be running away with this one because he was fantastic. Better than any freaking Avengers movie out there, because he was playing this real man who I want to learn more about, because he seems very evil, but also very passing as a good guy at the same time. It's pretty crazy, and it's really got me interested to learn more about this whole story, because I don't know a whole lot about it, especially World War I stuff. Between World War I and World War II, I don't know a whole lot about in history, so I'm definitely curious to look at this stuff. And if there's more books and documentaries, I'm going to be checking them out for sure. But yeah, the whole cast in here, like I said, I mean, even people that are in smaller roles, like Florence Pugh, I can't think of, Kenneth Branagh is in here too. What's the guy? I can see his face right now, but there's just so many people in here that you can't get enough of it. And like I said, some of the cameos could get distracting sometimes, but I didn't think so. I thought it all worked really well, shot brilliantly on film. Yeah, like I said, the film in here is so cool, and Yeah, the way they were able to shoot stuff and how it was sometimes overexposed and everything with all the lighting and stuff, especially when Jay Oppenheimer's thinking about the bombing and everything and all the lives he took. There's some emotional parts in here that really can get to you visually and just emotionally. So on my 5-star rating scale, of course it's a 5 out of 5. Is it better than Barbie? It probably is the best movie of the year right now for me, especially on a technical level, but I think I just love Barbie a little bit more and I would rewatch it a lot sooner than I'd watch Oppenheimer. But I would love to show Oppenheimer to as many people as possible. Dads are going to love this movie. History buffs are probably going to really enjoy this movie, and just people that like historical dramas in a way. But I think it also does it works on a lot of different levels where I feel like a lot of audiences are going to like it regardless if you're a history buff or you just want to watch a great movie, because it's that. But that's all I have for you today, I think. Like I said, Christopher Nolan, he makes great movies. Is it my favorite Christopher Nolan movie? It's definitely up there right next to like The Dark Knight and Inception for me, because it's just so damn good. So let me know what you thought about it. Did you see it on film? Because I got to see it on the IMAX film, and I just think that's so fucking cool. First movie I've ever seen projected on film, and I hope it's not the last. So let me know if you've ever seen a movie projected on film, maybe a re-release or anything. I'd love to chat with you. So subscribe to the channel for more videos and everything like that. I got some more stuff like Talk to Me reviews coming out soon, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to go see that with my brother and my niece this weekend. So keep an eye out for all those reviews, and I'll see you next time. Maybe at the movies.